Hello from Gardening at Douentza here in Ireland, and this is a video update on my Dimorphorchis lowii. Now it's the third year that I have this plant, and let's see how big it's grown since last time round. And just giving a little bit of background to this video before we get into it and do measurements and stuff. But 2 years ago, John Greco from the channel Orchid BCN in Barcelona sent one of these rare orchid plants to a number of us YouTubers. And when we got it, we made unboxing videos, and a year later we made update videos, and now it's 2 years later, and now it's time for the second update video. So Dimorphorchis lowii is a very rare and expensive orchid, and it was an amazing gift for John to have given the lot of us. Really generous of him. And it's rare and unusual because when this plant flowers, it produces two different types of flower on the same plant, which is really quite unusual. It's in the Vanda alliance, and I think you can really tell that by just kind of the presentation of the plant and its general habit. But the bad news is that this is a very slow growing plant, and the plants that John originally gifted us all were seedlings of the same size, so that it would be fun to see as time went forth how each of us did in our different parts of Europe to growing this extremely rare orchid. And at this stage I'm going to insert just a little clip showing you when I got this orchid originally and me unboxing it. And as you can see from this clip, it's quite a small little seedling with 6 leaves and roots, not an enormous root system, but enough roots to actually get the plant going. And now you're looking at my 1 year update when I presented the plant yet again for your scrutiny, this time with just 5 leaves and a little definitely bigger than the first time round. And I'll just say that the number of leaves, the leaf count for me has remained fairly constant, because what happens is when the plant produces a new leaf from the top, from the leaf axil, or from the axil at the very top of the plant, then it usually drops a leaf down below. So monitoring the number of leaves on my plant is not an adequate way to see how well I'm doing or how badly I'm doing with this particular plant. Now, since the last update a year ago, I've not repotted the plant, but I've put sphagnum moss all around the neck of it, and this has just helped a little bit to keep moisture in, and I think the plant has done that bit better as a result of this. So it's very hard to see if this plant is actually any bigger than it was a year ago. So what I'm going to do this time round is I'm going to measure its height and its width, which is not something I've done up until now, but at least next year we'll have some standpoint from which to view this and measure whether or not it's increased in size or not. Now, as I said, it's a very slow growing plant, so I don't expect it to increase by inches from year to year, but yeah. Okay, let's go and get the tape measure. So now it's time to produce my trusty pink tape measure, which I'm going to use to take 2 measurements for this plant. One measuring from the base of the compost to the top of the plant. And if I place it firmly down, that gives me 10 inches or 3 3/4 centimeters from the top to the point of the plant where it goes into the medium. Okay, so that's that measurement. And then to get a sideways measurement, which is a bit more tricky, and we'll move from the lowest leaf, which is the widest on the right hand side, to this top leaf here, which is the widest on the left hand side. And if I just go across like this, boom, 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 that looks like about 14 centimeters or 5.5 inches across. Yeah, thereabouts. Okay, so that's our base point for next year, I guess. It's a beautiful plant, but if you're going to work with a seedling, then you have to be prepared to have patience. It's great if it's one of a number of plants in your collection, but if it's your only orchid, well, you're going to be waiting a long time for this little baby to perform. Okay, that's all for now. That was my update on Dimorphorchis lowii, an incredibly rare and beautiful orchid that I'm growing from seedling, and how I've progressed in the last year. I will ask you to look out for the other videos in this series by other YouTubers, notably John Greco himself from the channel Orchid Dude BCN, and I'll link to his video update at the end of this one when it becomes available. Also look out for Roger Frampton's video on the same subject on his plant, and also Danny. Okay, that's all for now. Thanks very much for watching, and check back again for lots more orchid and plant videos. Bye.